I'm Chi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ZetaBlock. We are a data infrastructure platform. We build an open development platform for AI economy 3.0. My personal background, and I can dive into my personal background and then a little bit more about ZetaBlock. So before ZetaBlock, I used to lead product management at a Web2 company. It's a data and AI infra company, probably one of the largest one in the world, called Databricks. And before that, I did my PhD from UC Berkeley, focused on machine learning and causal inference, which right now probably the more exciting term is called ethical AI or responsible AI, which is actually very relevant to how a lot of crypto industry and the blockchain people are trying to bring the benefits to the AI industry. And what ZetaBlock is building is basically we want to build the infrastructure, the backbone of this new economy, which enable everybody to participate, collaborate, and then get rewards to their contribution in this AI process, and in a fairly and honestly transparent way. Yeah.
I think when it comes to data in general, transparency and ethics, 100%, I feel is a very important topic, especially these days.
Yeah.
So I guess given your many years of experience, has it been something that has always been a big issue, or because obviously with I guess like bigger names, more mainstream names like ChatGPT and such, it becomes something that people be more wary of?
Yeah, definitely. I think, in fact, data sovereignty is not a new term. It has been there for many years. A lot of people are talking about, we need to give the rights, give the ownership, give the rewards back to the data generators and data creators probably 10 years ago. But at the time, AI was not that mature. First, the AI startup I was a founding member at was in 2018. So that was probably in the last wave of AI cycle before Gen AI. And at that time, we already recognized a lot of data issue. But at that time, I felt like instead of focusing on we need to give the ownership and provenance back to the data creators and owners, we're more trying to solve some more fundamental challenges to use the data, like how to build the data infrastructure to make data one, usable, second, high quality, so that you can have the good data to train the model. And otherwise, it's going to be garbage in, garbage out. So that's why, like you exactly stated correctly, with the rise of Gen AI, people start realizing, oh my God, AI can be super powerful. And there's so many big economic opportunities to generate from that. But what is the real oil or a foundation assets to generate those AI models is actually the data. So that's why people start recognizing or start paying more attention to how do I have the data to be governed and tracked better, so that we can enable the real contributors and everyone to be part of this process. And also we can still guarantee the contribution and the quality of the data is high to the AI building process.
Got it. Another thing I just want to also learn from you, because from what I understood, data sometimes, I understand, I guess you are with Near, we'll get into that, very decentralized, Web3 and all of that is great, but at the same time, having everything transparent is also a security issue, right? Is that something that I don't really understand? Or?
Yeah, so honestly speaking, I think you also raised a very good point. Being transparent doesn't mean you want to reveal everything. I think transparency, the definition of transparency to me is about I believe what you promised is what I get. What I get is what you promised.
Okay.
And I also can guarantee, or as a data provider, for example, I know that my property, my IP is not stolen in this process. So I want a way to give me this trust, to give me this confidence. This is what I think is more the definition of transparency. It's not conflicting with privacy preserving. For example, I think you can have a process that is transparent, but also privacy preserving, which means you don't need to reveal everything to people, which I think address your concerns.
Very cool. With what you're doing at ZetaBlock, is that kind of how you're approaching it, or?
Yes. So again, given our background and experience in Web2, we know that in order for us to get into the better AI future, we need to start from the data. So when we start from the data, what we always put in mind is how we can build this a data tracking and data ownership provenance and governance mechanism from day one. So in this process, we know from, for example, at the very granular level of the data, like a raw level, column level, and all the stuff, we know exactly how they come from, what's the lineage, and who contribute to that. And even potentially in the future, what's the contribution scoring, and the real being a more, calculate that in a more accurate way, so that from that, we can then calculate and give the fair rewards to the, for example, like a model building. Like if you use the data to build a model, like
Yep.
who contribute more to this model accuracy and performance, we can have this reward contributed back to those people. This is what we have been building for over the past 2.5 years.
Sounds like something that Web3 in general is very suitable for, where you can keep track of user profile, reward them at the same time. Okay, I like it.
And no, sorry,
go
actually, I
ahead.
want to add one more thing. Another thing I think crypto or like a blockchain is really suitable for this use case is payment. Because cryptocurrency, for example, stablecoin is really good for micropayment.
Yep.
And if you imagine in the future we want to enable this new economy and enable everybody to get rewards for their contribution, there has to be some like a micropayment solution, because you don't imagine, like, for example, your Twitter data. Every day people purchase your data or use your data will give you like $100. Probably it's going to be a fraction of a penny. But how you can enable this payments through a solution like blockchain, I think it's actually a very good solution and the mechanism here.
Daniel, I couldn't disagree. How did you come about Near? Have you been building with them for some time, and how has their support been?
Yeah, we have been working with Near for over 1.5 years. So we got in touch with the Near ecosystem at the time because they are looking for some more advanced and robust indexing solution for supporting their Near ecosystem, who want to build applications like a DeFi or like a NFT or GameFi on top of that. People all need to access the both historical and real-time Near transaction data from on-chain. And at that time, the existing solution supported in their industry is probably not good enough to support some of the needs, and that is how they approached. And then we start like collaborating and recognize like what's their needs and get close to them, and also like work with a lot of people internally and find it's very fun. Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
All right, one last thing. What is one thing you want everybody from my community, my network to take away from Zeta Block?
I think the future of economy is going to be honestly dominated by AI. This is going to be the largest paradigm shifts probably in the next 20 years. How can we guarantee normal people like you and me can still be tap into and participate into this ecosystem and make like our contribution, but also get rewards for our contribution, is something everybody should think about and try to contribute to this goal. And what we are building is actually trying to become the backbone of this new economy and help everybody to get what they deserve and help the massive adoption of AI in the future.
That was beautifully said. For some reason, when you paused, I was like, how we can stay relevant. I was like, oh, I thought you guys stay relevant. But anyhow, that's a wrap. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Looking forward to connect with you further.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Talk soon.